let's talk about the Java basic syntax. Alright, we found ourselves back in Intelligence more, and in this tutorial, we're going to be talking about the Java syntax. So what does that even mean, right? So this basically means what is written in here, as in what are the rules of how things are written. In this specific video, we already have some stuff written in here. This is what I've prepared. You can double check this in the description below. There is a GitHub repository as well as a gist where exactly this code is basically in there. You can just highlight all of it if you really want to have this in your own IDE. You can highlight all of it. You can go back to the IDE, basically copy it from the browser, go back to the IDE, Control A over here, and then paste it in. And then you're going to have the same thing in here as well, if you really want to. Otherwise, you can also just follow along over here, maybe write something down on a piece of paper or something like that. That would also work. Anyway, the main thing we're talking about today is variables, as well as just a little bit of what variables mean and a little bit of vocabulary that you will need to know. Now, in the entire structure of this entire course and this entire introduction, there's a lot of vocabulary that you will need to know because it just clarifies certain things. So, for example, a variable. What is a variable? High overview, a lot of people describe them as buckets. I like the idea of a box better, but you know, whatever sort of simile or metaphor you can think of is fine. The idea is that we are going to have a box, and in that box we can put some amount of data in, or a certain value of data. Now, however, the thing is that this box has to be labeled not only with what type of data is in there, but also what the name of it is. That's the high level overview, and that's basically what we have. Now, we can do sort of three things with a variable right now in this instance if we want to create a new variable. What we're going to do is we have to define whatever data type this is, right? And then we have to give the name of the variable and end that with a semicolon. We also see this down below. I'm going to explain this once again in just a second, but that's the idea. This is what we would call a declaration, because what we're doing is we're basically putting down a box and we're saying, hey, inside of this box, there is a number, and this number is called points. However, we do not put a particular value in that box. If we were to assign a value, right? So this would be saying data type, then the name equals over here. So this, we have an equal sign, and then the value that we put actually into that box, a value, then that would be an initialization, which is both the declaration that we had over here. So this is the declaration, right? You can see those are exactly the same. And then also an assignment of value. So down below, we have an actual example of code. So here we define an integer. What those are, I'm going to explain that in the next lecture. So basically in the next lecture, we're going to go through all of the data types. So this is going to be all of the different types of data that your variables, that your boxes can be labeled with. And then there's types of data that you can put in there. And this goes very deep. There's tons of different things. But right now, we're just looking at this. So basically integer, we can just think of it as a number, right? That's all we need to know here. So we're declaring a variable that's going to be of a type of integer, and it's going to be called points, and that's it. So we're going to declare it here. Now, below we have points equals 100. So we first declared it. So we once are going to tell it, okay, the points variable has the data type of int, and then the next line we're saying, hey, points is now equal to 100. This is using the assignment operator. We'll talk about the assignment operator a little bit more in detail in a later lecture as well. But right now, basically, we have a box. On that box, we write points. And now inside of that box, we have put in 100 as a value. That's the idea. Then next line over here, as you can see, this is int x is equal to minus 69. Nice. This is an initialization because we're declaring the variable right here. And then we're immediately assigning it a value as well. Note that every one of those lines always ends with a semicolon, right? So every instruction, high-level overview, every instruction / every line has to end with a semicolon. We can even do this right here. If we uncomment this particular part over here, we can see int y equals 42. And then here it says semicolon is expected. So if we were to put one in, no more red underline, because now this instruction is done correctly. I'm going to keep it like this just so that we have this here, but that's the general idea of the absolute very basics of the Java syntax. Once again, when it comes to anything, if you want to play around with this a little bit, feel free to do so. Do not be afraid if there's a red underline or something like that. You have a couple of things that are going to be very useful, and that is the Control Z key, because that one will undo whatever you've done, right? So you can see I can continue to do this, or I can also go back and forth by doing either Control Z or Control Y, or rather Control Shift Z. So you can just basically go back and forth. The same thing also is available in the edit over here. So you can do undo and redo. So we could do that as well. Highly recommended to do that. If there ever is a mess up, you can always just go back as well, right? Do not worry about that. That's totally fine. And that's basically sort of the bow over here. So the vocabulary to think about is the declaration, assignment, and initialization of variables. So those are basically 4 different words that we need to think about and that we want to keep in mind. That's going to be it for this video right here. Next time we'll talk about data types. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.